Now, for a first book, it received critical acclaim, but Robert Galbraith's crime novel, The Cuckoo's Calling, didn't exactly fly off the shelves. Now, as if by magic, all that has changed. Sales on Amazon are reported to have risen by a staggering 500,000%. The reason? It turns out that Robert Galbraith is actually J.K. Rowling, as James Blake explains.
A chilly light filled the interior of the tent. Two men were crouching beside the body, ready to move. Her head had bled a little into the snow. The face was crushed and swollen. Detective Inspector Roy Carver's temper was mounting.
Detective Inspector Roy Carver's temper was mounting. A paunchy man.
The words of Robert Galbraith, apparently a former military police investigator, author of a gritty old-school crime novel. But what's in a name? Today it emerged The Cuckoo's Calling is actually the work of J.K. Rowling, the creator, need it be mentioned, of Harry Potter. Before today, this had sold just 1,500 copies.